Welcome to 2K Sports. We've got live NBA basketball headed your way on this fine Wednesday afternoon. Along with Stan Van Gundy and Hall of Famer Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce will be with us courtside. Here we go. And here's Anaheim now. Pass to Holmgren. Here's Duncan. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Castle for three. Anaheim with a rebound. You know, after sitting out his first pro year due to a foot injury, Chet Holmgren was well worth the wait, Grant.
Yes, he was. And Chet was actually guarding LeBron during a summer pro-am game when he hurt his foot. But Chet was a monster his rookie year. Already an elite shot blocker.
And here's Albuquerque now. After the basket by Anaheim on the other end. Screen by Robinson. Castle misses. It's George on the wing. Off target from three-point range. In transition, here they come. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play opportunity. Albuquerque shooting their first foul shot of the game. And so it's Curry with it. He brings it up for Anaheim. Here's the three. The rebound by Embiid.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Kept alive. Pass to Castle. Here's Drexler. Fires the three. Jacks up a three. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Outside Curry. Now Holmgren. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow.
Yeah, imposing his will. Embiid sending a message with that rejection.
Over to the wing. Castle for three. And again, it's Albuquerque from deep.
He's a potent mix of effort and ability. Hard to shut down a player of his caliber.
And the basket by Curry.
Not afraid to mix it up inside. Curry is a crafty finisher.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. So both teams making some changes here. And the foul called on Paul George. That's his first foul.
I have to admit, I mean, it's always a tough decision for the ref on the block charge call.
There's 1:34 left in the first quarter of the game. Screen by Robinson. And Reed pulls it down. Anaheim on offense. They trail by 3. Miller outside. Launches it. And unable to corral the miss as it goes out of play. .111 left in the opening quarter. Puts up a deep three. Anaheim with the rebound. Curry surveys. Lets it go from deep. Gets the three to fall. Curry's got 7.
Not sure there's such a thing as a bad three for Steph.
Pass to Mitchell. Here's Drexler. George defending. Screen by Robinson. Castle for 3. Goes back up. Oh, Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Albuquerque shooting their second and third free throws tonight. And both free throws good for Robinson.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting.
And Wall, here we go. Here's Worthy. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. 5 on the clock. To the middle. Here's Wall. And the big finish by Wall.
Getting up and finishing with muscle. Love seeing Wall attack the basket with ferocity.
And that one's good. Mitchell. 7 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Wall. 1 quarter in the books. And it's been a close one. Albuquerque out in front. They lead by 3. And the second quarter is on its way when we return. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. All right, guys, what we've seen from Albuquerque so far, what's your take?
Well, a big differentiator was their ability to generate offense by pounding the glass.
Yeah, look, and whether it's a point-blank putback or a kick-out for an open 3, offensive rebounds usually generate quality shots.
The 3 from Mitchell. Anaheim on offense. It's a 3-point game. And the big finish by Wall.
And you can't talk about acrobatic finishers without talking about John Wall. Man, he's explosive.
Here's Divac. Mitchell feeling it out a bit. And the foul called on John Wall. That's his first foul of the game. Right side Mitchell. Fires from deep. Offensive rebound. It's stolen by Wall. Pass to Duncan. The kick out to Wall. Here's Duncan. That one a little long.
More often than not, he'll cash it in from that area. The defense might have done just enough to bother him.
And here's Anaheim now. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Ooh, nice shot by Miller.
Love the confidence from this young man. Miller's so quick off the catch.
And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Both teams deciding to change it up. Here's Drexler. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Pass to Castle. It's stolen by Curry. To the paint. Here's Worthy. Oh, they get a hand on it. Robinson with a steal. Here's Embiid. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
They're one of the most well-rounded players in the game. Embiid is also a top-notch trash talker, too. I mean, he knows how to get under the skin of his opponents.
And Embiid drops them both. And Grant, I know you played a part in Embiid's decision to join Team USA.
Yeah, B.A., I spent a lot of time talking to Joel Embiid and convincing him to play for us in the U.S. men's national team.
Launches a 3, and that goes out of bounds. They'll keep possession. Here's Drexler. And there's the rejection.
I mean, he just continued to work for the block. Miller not letting up an ounce of effort.
.156 left in the first half. 6 to shoot. Pass to Kukoc. Here's Castle. He's covered by Curry. Here's Robinson. Here's Drexler. Goes up again. And the jumper falls for him. Drexler's got 5 points.
That's just poor defense there. You can't give up these kind of looks from the mid-range.
Pass to Miller. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Tough move by Miller, having to absorb the foul while taking his shot.
Good on both. On offense, here's Albuquerque. Here's Castle. It's deflected. Outside Curry. 58 seconds left in the half. Miller outside. Picked by Reed. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. He's got 7.
Yeah, I like whenever Miller uses his size to his advantage, especially down near the rim. And there was some serious muscle on that one.
Oh, and all kind of mean. He wanted the defense to feel that one. Now here's Miller. 7 points in the game.
And that's how Miller can take his game to the next level, by being aggressive and attacking the basket.
And it's Drexler missing.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
Fast break, here we go. Drills it from deep. Castle's got his 2nd basket of the game.
Always ready to fire. Castle wasting no time.
Miller can't get it to go. Here we go, one-on-one. From behind the arc. Castle misses. Miller, right side. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Albuquerque out in front. They're up by 1. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Outside White. Pass to Mitchell. Tipped away. Curry with a steal. And it's Shays with a rebound. And here's Albuquerque now. They lead by 1. Here's Korver. Outside for Mitchell. Second shot opportunity. Offensive board. Divac. Ooh, tough possession there. They stayed with it. Just couldn't make the shot. Curry, no good. On offense, here's Albuquerque. Outside White. The 3 is up. Anaheim with a rebound.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway.
Despite the miss, those are the kind of looks coaches hope to create.
Here's Shays. And that one is hammered home.
We haven't seen many buckets like that one. These teams have struggled to dial in their shooting.
Yeah, the score is also the result of quality defense. These teams are almost doing more on that.
Oh, they're lucky that pass was just tipped and not taken. Could have been worse.
And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. And we're about a minute and a half in the second half. Here's Castle. 6 points for him. Pass to Kukoc. The three. The rebound by Duncan.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots. Yeah, the defense making it way too easy for Holmgren. Gotta push him farther out than this.
Here's Castle. Screen by Robinson. There's a minute 54 left in the third.
And you can't forget about Holmgren's reach, especially when he's nearby on defense.
George outside. Knocks it down from distance. And now a 4-point Anaheim lead.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You've got to contest the shot better than that.
Timeout called. Anaheim. For Albuquerque. Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. And they've been producing at a high level.
No question. They're in a nice rhythm offensively.
Not messing around inside.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, BA.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. White for three. And again, it's Albuquerque missing. Anaheim leading by 6. From deep, Holmgren. Oh, Holmgren, the touch from range.
A superb three-point threat. When Holmgren is knocking down triples, he's hard to contain.
Here's White. Rejected by Bowl. And he's able to get it back. The three from Mitchell. Bowl grabs the board.
The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
Now here's Curry. They lead by the biggest margin of the game at 9.
Credit them for making the right halftime adjustments.
Well, sometimes you just make shots, but they've certainly come out on a tear here in the third quarter.
.24 seconds left in the third quarter. Throws it up high.
Oh, that's some pesky defense. Should have thought twice before attempting that pass.
Good work defensively by White. From deep, Mitchell. And so it's Anaheim closing out the quarter ahead by 11 points. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. They've wasted very few possessions. And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Anaheim leading by 11. Wall looking over the floor to the left wing. Reed, no good.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Anaheim on offense. Pass to George. Oh, there's the alley. Here's Drexler. That one falls. Nice setup by Mitchell.
Opportunistic basketball. Gets a great look at the three in transition.
Here's Miller. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. And here's Albuquerque now. There's the three. And Reed pulls it down. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Miller can't get it to go. Here's Rodman. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's going to go on Paul George. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for Anaheim.
Well, their shot blocking. The defensive effort level has been great. You got to love that intensity.
Then we also can't ignore how relentless they've been on defense, flustering the opponent and generating a lot of steals.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, I was able to listen in on the Anaheim's head coach talking to his team. He applauded their shooting and their shot selection, saying, "We're taking the right threes, not forcing anything. Keep doing that, and they'll continue to fall." Makes the game easy, doesn't it?
Okay, thanks, Allie. Curry, no good.
Aggressive mindset, but the defender just as determined to send him away empty-handed.
Anaheim leading by 6. Pass to Holmgren. Outside Curry. Here's Worthy. Driving in. And a two-handed jam.
Big time two-hand slam.
And right on top of the defender, too. That's got to feel good. He gets it in there.
That's tough to take as a defender. You've got position, and you still get beat.
Pulls up on the wing. Curry's shot is off.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
Oh, Robinson with a block. And they'll keep possession. Worthy. Unable to get that one. Good work defensively by Robinson. Here's Drexler. Sends it home from three-point land. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Albuquerque.
Well, I love how connected they've been defensively. They're right into shooters and piling up block shots.
They've also been showing us standout play on the fast break, working as a team to create easy opportunities.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep, Holmgren. And it's Albuquerque with a rebound. Here's Castle. With the drive. Count it!
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Here's George. It's picked off. And here's the fast break. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
And we talk about the things that made Chet Holmgren an elite prospect. Mental toughness is near the top of the list.
And so both free throws good. And it's a three-point game. This is do or die time.
They must play flawlessly.
8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock.
Will playing his role to perfection, using his size to control the glass for his team.
These calls can be so difficult for officials to make.
Good on the first. And that gives him a 4-point cushion. Second one is good, getting both at the line. And it's a 5-point game.
Big free throws right there to make this a 2-possession game.
Here's Drexler. And again, it's Albuquerque missing. And an intentional foul right there. He gets the first, and that increases the lead to 6.
Yeah, many believe Holmgren must add muscle over time to his wiry frame. We'll see if he focuses on doing just that.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Good job converting at the line and helping to build this lead.
And so they foul intentionally.
And you know what? We'll give them some credit for battling today, but this one is just about over.
First free throw is good, and that stretches their lead to 8. And so he drops them both, and it's a 9-point game here.
All but over now. Those free throws help seal the deal. So
Anaheim wins it, A competitive game. You have to feel like this crowd gave him a little extra edge.
Yeah, they really fed off the energy. You saw their activity level go up. Just a tremendous performance.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Ali LaForce, this is Brian Anderson signing off. We'll see you next time. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA Ball. Alongside Grant Hill and Brent Barry, I'm Brian Anderson. Also with us tonight, our reporter, Ali LaForce.
Here we go.
And here's Anaheim now. Here's Duncan. The kick out to Williams. Pass to Smith. Inside. And the big finish by Holmgren.
And before he even leaves the floor, Holmgren has the ball at rim level.
And coming off a major injury, Chet Holmgren was unbelievable in his first full season, Brent.
Doesn't it feel like, B.A., he poured the concrete and a solid foundation for what his career is going to be all about? I mean, a terrific big with skill, size, toughness. And the sky is the limit for this guy.
Anaheim shooting their first free throws of the game now. A free throw drops for Williams. And so he hits both.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Here's McGrady. Knocks down the long K.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Here's Smith. Here's Duncan. Smith outside. Counted from distance.
J.R. Smith has a quick release and can shoot it from deep, but that time a nice job off the pass.
Here's McGrady. Oh, he missed that one. 1 for 3 in this one so far. First quarter and about a minute and a half in. Pass to Holmgren. Changes up. And that's 2 points on the layup.
It's so difficult to defend Holmgren inside. For such a young player, his body control and awareness are off the charts.
Nice shot by George.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Here's Roy. Screen by Holmgren. Roy can't get it to go.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
.146 left in the first. Outside, Williams. It's tipped. In transition. And Mitchell puts up a deep three. They get it back. A nice shot by Duncan.
Well, if you don't box out the big fundamental, you're going to have a fundamental problem.
Outside, Williams. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
First quarter of play, and we're about 3 minutes in. Here's Duncan. He nails it, and we're tied. Duncan's got 5 points.
And when your 7-footer, like Tim Duncan is knocking down jumpers off of passes like that there, it is devastating to the defense.
Williams from long range. The shot comes out.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
McGrady, good. McGrady's got his second basket.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let-up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Now here's Williams. Pass to Roy. Shot clock at 5. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
And he comes up with a bucket. 7 seconds left in the first quarter here. And Williams punches it home.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, and absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. And so the first quarter comes to a close. Both teams scoring well, but it's all tied. Quarter number. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Well, it's simple. I mean, they started off strong, and they've been hot from beyond the arc since the get-go.
They just couldn't seem to know what it was that they needed to do and how to stick them from outside. The defense pretty lost.
Here's Wade. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Wade's got his first 3 points of the game. Here's Stoudemire. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Here's George. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. It's on Anthony Edwards.
You know, Paul George, really a true two-way player in the NBA. Gives you so much on both ends, so you get all-star value offensively and defensively.
Anaheim making a switch here. Intercepted. Here we go. Mitchell streaking to the finish.
Put that one-man show on Broadway.
That's one way to go with the alley-oop. Here's Wade. Ooh, solid defense from Mitchell.
Oh, gritty defense. Protecting the rim at all costs against a guy who has all sorts of ways to finish.
I'll tell you what, they're really fortunate there. Those long bomb passes usually spell disaster, but they get away with one there.
And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for the 8 seconds. Timeout called, Anaheim. And the players take this opportunity to get some Gatorade. Getting some fluids in you is so important during these timeouts. Get fresh, keep those batteries charged.
Yeah, without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a ball game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have to be hydrated.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute of play.
Oh, man, he got fancy with that finish.
He may be trying to provide the spark they need to break this one open. There's the steal. He got him. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul. And he'll be shooting his first free throw.
I know that shot looks like a bit of a line drive, but Timmy's pretty consistent from the free throw stripe.
Here's Wade. He's got 5. A minute and a half gone in the second quarter. And that makes him 3 for 4. He's looking good.
As soon as Wade gets the ball that close to the basket, he's going to take advantage of weak defense and score.
Outside Wembanyama. Ooh, poked away. Here's Duncan. He takes it in. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
And that's a slam dunk from the big fundamental. You don't want to get in the way when he's throwing it down.
Here's Wade. No good. Unable to win this run.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that.
Oh, flying high. Throwing it down.
Oh, my.
That's the type of move that you see in a dunk contest.
Takes great confidence to alley-oop to yourself.
Sure does.
Smith left side. Pass to Granger. Clock at 6. Here's Wade. Here's Duncan. Here's Wade. Second chance shot. Going inside. Davis with a rebound.
And even though he couldn't send the shot back at him, he certainly altered it.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
Here's Roy. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
All right, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Anaheim.
In the early goings, their effort level has been exceptional. They're speeding around the defense and opening up options with good penetration.
Well, in the early goings, the mid-range shot has also been working well for them. They've been racking up some points off of those jumpers, and those are probably being invited.
Gets the 3 ball to go. Ball's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Here's Williams. Stolen by Wembanyama. Here's Wade. Nope, another miss. 0 for 2 to start the game. And so it's Holmgren with it. He brings it up for Anaheim. Pass to Roy. Back to Holmgren. Oh, swiped away. And they're on the break. All for three. The rebound by Duncan.
Yeah, just hold for the last shot. Don't give them another possession at all.
And hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
Oh, what a crafty move, causing the defender to pause right there.
Here's Wade. And they're unable to get the tying bucket there. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Anaheim ahead, leading by 3. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. To the inside. It's intercepted. Here's the break. Here's Williams. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. That'll belong to John Wall.
Man, the defender really went after him.
On the night, he's 2 for 2 at the stripe. First free throw is good. And Williams drops them both. Here's Wade. No points yet. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Williams. Stolen by Davis. And they're on the run. Here's Wade. The three-pointer off the mark. Anaheim leading by 5. Despite entering his 30s, Anthony Davis is not slowing down, Grant.
Yeah, B.A. And last year, AD put up the best rebounding numbers of his career. And his shooting percentage also very high. And just watching him, Davis is still an all-NBA caliber player, capable of taking over on both ends.
And he connects with a jumper. Wade's got his first 2 points. And a minute played as the second half gets going. And there's the screen. And it's Williams off the drive. And a missed layup. And they're pushing it up. Goes up on the wing. And that one comes up a bit short. Anaheim on offense. It's a 3-point game. Roy gets the 3 to fall. Roy's got 7 points.
That right there, that's the kind of look this system is designed to create.
Pass to Williams. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Victor Wembanyama grabs the board.
I know it's about defending the post and the three-point line these days, but still got to be active in the mid-range area, and the defense gets away with one there.
Now here's Holmgren. Smith outside. Outside, Williams. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Duncan. Shoots over Davis. Duncan, no good.
And that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Here's Wade. Sends it home from three-point land. 5 points in the game.
And that's just a really good-looking three-point shot from D. Wade. You have to crowd him as he's rising up for that one.
Timeout called, Anaheim. And there's 1:38 left in the third quarter. It's Edwards on the wing.
Get there, get there.
And Edwards slams it in.
Oh my, Edwards looking to demoralize the defense a little with that one.
Here's Wade. No good from outside. Anaheim leading by 5. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And he drops the first.
And looking at Edwards, the offensive skills he has are impressive. Now he must focus on improving his defense.
3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Here's McDaniel. It's hauled in by Hill. Anaheim on offense. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. The kick out to Edwards. Rebounded by Wade. Here's Davis. AD doing what he does.
Tenacious on the inside. Davis great at getting interior positioning and then capitalizing.
And it's blocked by Davis. This one for three. It doesn't go for him.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Outside, Hill. Back to Edwards. Getting it done inside. Edwards.
Outstanding work in close. Edwards is just so confident from this area.
Pass to Wade. Puts up a deep three. And so it's Anaheim closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're up. More 2K action in just a... With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. And here's Anaheim now. Here's Wade. Smith outside. Puts up a three. That shot missing. Here's McGrady. And he goes in for the dunk.
What a nice attribute to have with your wing player being able to operate and control the offense. That's what PG can do.
Here's Wade. Rebound by Stoudemire. Fast break. Here we go. Back to George. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. And Williams has got the ball here for Anaheim. Leading by 5. Anaheim with another miss.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
And here's Anaheim now. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by George.
Just a millisecond late. So close to coming up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Smith outside. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. It's going to go on Paul George.
Well, Smith's getting physical down there on the block, playing some bully ball down there low.
That one misses. To the paint. Here's George. And George with the jam.
His playmaking is something to watch. Threading that pass right in there.
Smith inside. And rejected.
That's an awesome defensive display by Duncan there, coming up with the block and aggressively sending that one back.
Here's the break. Here's McGrady. Holmgren with the block.
And you can't forget about Holmgren's reach, especially when he's nearby on defense.
Oh, the dunk by Smith.
He almost brought the basket down on top of himself.
Oh, there's hang time, and then there's a time to hang. Kicks it to George. From deep. Anaheim with the rebound.
Well, you make strides to get back in the ball game, but an errant shot like that can definitely cost you any kind of momentum. Have to use better judgment there.
Pass to Williams. Shot clock at 6. Fires high post. He shot that time, not on target. And they're running. Mitchell with the ball, covered by Smith. Mitchell deciding where to go with it. George for 3. On target. from range.
That's why you turn to Paul George. These moments are for PG.
Timeout called, Anaheim. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, I was able to listen in on the Anaheim's head coach talking to his team. With the game so close, he wanted his team to stay aggressive, saying, don't be a watcher, be an actor. Go out and make something happen on the court. Don't let it come to you.
Thanks for that, Allie. It's George on the wing. Back to Wade. Launches it from deep. Towns with a rebound.
Not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots. Not the wild one he took there.
Tough break for the defense. I mean, he took the hit, but he didn't get the call.
.41 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Now, you watch the defender, and it looked like he knew that was coming. He made a quick play on it to intercept the ball in the passing lane.
Here's McGrady. No good on the triple. And an intentional foul right there. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now for the second. Off as well, so he misses both. This might be a turning point.
Massive possession here.
2-second difference between shot and game clock.
Yeah, good anticipation helps Edwards see the shot forming. Then his speed gets him there for the block.
Here's Wade. There's a screen. 5 to shoot. Fires the three. Oh, he buries it from outside. 5 ticks left in the fourth quarter. And they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
So the first one drops. And that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Yeah, that'll ice it right there. Not everybody can keep their composure at the line in such a big situation.
And Greg Popovich wants a timeout. Let's hear from our analyst. Give us your take on the strategy being discussed right now.
It's hard to say whether they have enough time for a quick shot and a foul.
Here's McGrady. Tries a three off the inbound. No good that time. So Anaheim wins it. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them. They had to dig deep to come out on top.
Yeah, you know, some teams might buckle under the pressure towards the end. The crowd was so amped up, such a hostile environment. But they stood tall and got the win.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Brent Barry, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching tonight's game. We'll see you next time.